Good. Yeah. All right. Hello there. I'm Kevin, aka Toying Around. I'm a toy collector, photographer, and sometimes toy reviewer. And you are watching Unboxing Thursdays. I've got a huge pile of unopened toys, and this stream is a weekly push for me to unbox toys, open them up, so that I can make space and buy more toys. And what started out as a hour-long segment on Instagram became a weekly rap session with some of my friends in the collecting community, and we discuss all the different aspects of this hobby that we all share and love. Whether you're tuning in live right now or rewatching it later, maybe you're on a car ride to work or doing the dishes, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. And if you like what I'm doing here every week, consider subscribing with the notifications on so you'll know when we're on every week, and share wherever you can. All of this goes a long way in supporting the channel and helping it grow, and I appreciate that. So thank you. Last week, I had amazing conversation and chat with Brandon from Posable Productions. Gave a lot of insight to his toy photography and his methods. Next week, January 21st, I'll be sitting down with Sunny from Sunny Reviews Toys, the Sunny channel, all of those names. And the week after that, January 28th, is Mr. Cheney himself, Cheney 180. He's going to be sitting down opening some toys for his third appearance on the show. Today, my guest makes incredible props, and you may have seen them in the hands of a lot of collectors, like Ryan Ting from Marvel, from the Marvel Hasbro team. You know him as Prime to the First, but here is Josh.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Yo, thanks for coming on, man. Do you like this better or this better?
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Oh, this gets like your whole background.
Yeah.
I like those covers, man.
Thanks.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't even see that in the pre-chat. So for people who might not know you, why don't you give them a quick intro?
Yeah, for sure. So my name's Josh. My IG is Prime to the First, and I have a website up in the works, getting revamped for 2021. That's primearcade.com. And Kev pretty much summed it up. I do 112 arcade props. Started out doing dials, and it eventually just kind of funneled into 112 arcades. So you can see here, this is probably like one of the most requested ones that we have.
I'm going to zoom in. You want to show that again?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and this has like the new vinyl that I've been messing with. It really captures the colors and makes it really pop. Almost gives it like a holographic feel to it.
Nice.
But yeah, it's definitely a game changer. And a lot of times now that I've been making them with this new material, it's like I almost want to keep them for myself, but eventually that's going to take some of my shelf space. And I'm going to start running out of room, and my arcades are going to start replacing some of my figures, so I can't let that happen. And every once in a while, I mess with toy photography, but not as much. I enjoy what others out there are doing.
Awesome. What kind of stuff do you collect, toy-wise?
Well, I originally started with just specifically Marvel Legends, and I was a mock collector, like Ernie from Toy Migos. Kept everything mock, and I was a completionist. I've been collecting Marvel Legends since they first were Spider-Man classics, and I literally had every wave up to Giant Man. And then I think around that time I was like too cool for school, so I stopped collecting and really took a step back. But now, I Marvel Legends, Storm Collectibles. I'm a huge Mezco head. A little bit of imports, a little bit of DC, but the majority it's Marvel and Mezco.
Yeah. Cool, man. And that's cool. I didn't know you were doing dios originally. Were you doing like full out things for sale or for your own?
At first I started just doing it for myself because I needed like a background. I was going to sell a bunch of my collection. I was like, I'm done. I'm a grown up. I'm not going to collect anymore. And everything was mock, so I was like, I'm just going to sell it. And
that's
then
the thing. You can sell that easily when it's like that.
Yeah. And at first I did start selling some of it. And then I had the Sentinel wave still in the shipping box. And
Oh
my
wow.
buddy came by and he's like, "Dude, you should just open it up. That Sentinel's really cool. I'm telling you." Opened it up. That was it. That was like game changer. And then I started selling just some of the like duplicates that I had, and I was using like I was like, "Oh, I need a background. I need," and that's when I started meeting people from the toy photography and really um, looking at what they were doing. I was like, "Okay, I need like some type of background." And then it just snowballed. Like, you know how it goes. You start one good thing and you attract that positivity and people take notice. And I had a couple of good collectors out there that still to this day we keep in contact. And they asked me for commissions and stuff.
Right.
And it was dial after dial. It was pretty intense for a good minute.
Nice, man. Yeah, it was. I tried making a few dials before. It's tedious work.
Yeah.
I think that's why I got into the 3D print. That's how it
Yep.
got me into the 3D printing. And we'll probably talk about that later on because we are both enablers
Yeah.
ourselves or easily affected by enablers.
Yeah. Shout out
Um,
to 796 Mario. I've
yeah,
been enabled him a couple times.
he's in the chat right now. Shoot. Yeah, so what I normally do is you're the guest. I'm hoping you have some toys to open. I know you've been itching. So why
Yeah.
don't you run through them and then I'm gonna let the chat kind of get some feedback and see what they want you to open first or
Cool.
see what you
Yeah.
got.
It's a gift and a curse. I don't know how you do it. That's self-discipline. I was like getting these Best Buy pre-orders. So I had to pick these up yesterday. I
Oh,
got
nice.
Jonah
I have
and
yeah.
Black Cat. And the funny thing is I had some rewards points. So it was buy one, get one free with that. Found something on eBay. So this is a Build-A-Figure. And I was shocked the way it was shipped. It's
Yeah.
literally like in a bag. So I think it's loose. So it's a Build-A-Figure. I got the Sentinel Iron Man.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Dorside made it in time. And then shout out to Dat Bat Metal. He sent me this, and I was like, "Oh, it's for the wifey." Like, okay. And then I see my name on it, and I'm like, "This guy, like, he almost got my wife's hopes up, and I was gonna
Yeah,
have to go take, you know." So this is Harley PX, the Mesco.
right. That can work two ways. It's like, oh, she doesn't know that I'm buying more toys, but then
Yeah,
now
I
she
know.
might expect something or be like, oh, what did you order me from Sephora? I'd be like,
And that's how it went. It almost went to her loot, and she was like, "Oh, is that for me?" And I was like, "No, that's for me."
the two piles at the front door.
Yeah. And then I ended up snacking this.
Oh shoot. That's not even out here yet. That's a nice pickup. I'd be interested in seeing that. That's my vote.
Yeah. And then figure fan Nate sent me his I ended up purchasing he threw up his PS4 Pro, the Spider-Man edition. I ended up snagging that from him because I'm a somewhat gamer. I mean, I have kids and stuff, and on my downtime when I need to like de-stress, and so he hit me up. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna sell my PS4. It's the Spider-Man edition." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take it. I'm not gonna bother getting a PS5 right now, nor do I have the time."
Yeah, we'll
So
talk about that. I had a gaming problem week this week too. It was hella
so that
stressful.
came in. So I'm super stoked.
Sweet. Um, New to the channel is super chats. I'm sure you've seen it on
Yeah.
other live streams. If there's a comment that you want highlighted, we can stop the show and read it out. If you want to highlight something, there's a little $sign at the bottom. You can shoot a message. You can do an emoji. Thank you to Blake for the first one ever on the channel. He says the Raptors will still beat the Nets. Screw James Harden. Man, as much as I would love to see that, the Raptors are not looking great so far this season. A couple close losses, but man, it's tough to watch having being a championship team 2 seasons ago. So thank you very much for the generous super chat, and we'll figure out how this thing works as we go along. I think I can just highlight them here for a little while.
Yeah,
Other
I'm seeing a lot
people,
of familiar names in the super chat, or I mean, in the comments.
yeah, Ronald Ramos is here. He's
Yeah,
first. He only gets first on my show as much as he does it everywhere else.
nice.
Jeremy G, what's going on? Terrence, how you doing, buddy? Happy New Year. Hope you're feeling better. Hellspawn Hulk 796 says, I've been waiting all year for this episode. It's only been 2 weeks.
You didn't have to wait that long.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. From Rich, yes, whenever you are watching this. Paul Morales, hello there. Yes, hello there. Smash Labs is my favorite troll. He says, "Get out." Uh, what's up, Kevin and the unboxing crew from Nightwing X? What's going on, Butter Nation? Dan, who is here?
He's hanging in there. I heard it's really early over there.
Yeah, it's 2 a.m. So I appreciate you watching right now. Thank you very much. Not that you're boring. It's 2 a.m. No work today. Yeah, I took the day off. My daughter has a day off tomorrow, so I took tomorrow off. Nice. So I'll be doing this, and then gonna catch Toy Migos afterwards.
Yeah.
They're gonna have High School Creations, which we both know, right?
Yep. And he's in here. Shout out to him. I see Jay Fix. He's the chat moderator for Unparalleled.
Oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with all this stuff. Prime, your work is top notch. Look at all these comments in here for you. I'm
telling you, man, that it's the community comes out through for the likes. You know, we got Thor up in the room.
Jay's Figs in the house. Thor 2012 in the house. 796. I'm pretty sure you enablers are gonna make me buy. Okay, yo, by the end of the stream, what can we get Mario to buy?
That's what I was just thinking too. We'll really hype up some like 3D printing stuff or some resin stuff, and then we'll go.
Oh my god, yeah, that's been giving me some troubles this week too. Eric L, Mike G is in the house. High School Creations, thank you very much.
Just for we don't even have to take off our shirts or anything. Just $5.
I don't have pants on.
Oh, okay.
So
that makes two of us.
Kind of picture that.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. J Ho in the house. CNC. Yeah, we'll get Mario to buy CNC. He's gonna replace his whole kitchen basically. He's not gonna have any appliances, and it's just going to be.
That's how my garage is looking right now.
Yeah, mine is starting to get there. I started to branch out into the garage, but it's so freaking cold, man. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit right now, but it's 1 degree.
Says, oh shit, no pants. Toying around is starting the party off right. We're just no pants and no Uggs because we're men, so we don't wear Uggs.
There was that guy in the States who was caught like pleasuring himself on a Zoom call. I think was it a politician? It was somebody crazy. I'm like, you couldn't wait until you were off your call. You forgot his mic was on.
Yeah, or the cam was on and he started going to work.
Hey, Sonny's here, man. Sonny's gonna be on next week. Another hilarious dude in the community. He's and he's been putting up some hilarious stuff.
Oh, that guy cracks me up. Sometimes I gotta pause and catch my breath. Gives me an asthma attack.
Yeah. So
what are you gonna come on here and just start drinking Mexican beer just to set up the level for Sonny so he can do his like meter of okay, I think I'm the first Mexican of the year to come through your channel, and then Sonny can come through and we're gonna just start a new trend and he can take it, he can run with that.
Toying around with Mexicans?
Yeah, so there you go. See?
It may be a new market that I can tap into. There aren't that many like Hispanic people in my area, or like I guess I don't know any people who are Mexican other than like friends that I've met online collecting.
Just me and Sunny, huh?
The Modelo Mango Chelada. That's what I've been looking for.
Yep.
We don't even have that. The only thing I have is like the regular Modelo and the dark one.
Oh, okay.
And Dos Equis, and that's it. And obviously, I don't know.
The other, yeah.
Yeah. Next time I cross the border, I'm gonna have to pick up a case of that mango Modelo and bring it back. Yo, so like you said, you don't know how I do it. I got stuff to open too because.
Okay, what you got?
I got it in this week. It is the Stiltman Build-A-Figure Wave Frogman. This guy just looks so cool, man.
Yeah.
Marvel Legends. It could be like a Power Ranger villain. I've been watching a lot of Power Rangers lately. And you said you don't do Power Rangers, right?
I don't do Power Rangers. I used to be into them when I was a kid. But that it's just so much. Like, yeah.
There is a lot.
I go crazy. And I do see them often, and that's when I kick myself. I'm like, of course I would see them when I'm not collecting this line. I'm over here standing in line for Joe's, and I'm not. All I see is Power Rangers and TMNT NECA stuff.
That might be like some of the traffic driven towards Power Rangers is people who can't find anything. And they're like, well, Power Rangers is definitely still on the shelf. I'm going to pick up a bunch of these. Uh, Berserk says, "I wanted to pop your super." Thank you very much. I mean, you did say first, so you were
Yeah.
in first in another way. You'll always be my first. So I do have some Power Rangers that I've been itching to open. Hopefully, this will tempt you into the line. It is the Power Rangers Zeo Gold Ranger. I haven't watched Zeo completely yet, but he looks badass. And the Dino Charge Gold. This has been from a few weeks back, but I didn't end up watching it or opening it.
Yeah.
And this too, Bulma's motorcycle.
Oh,
by
nice.
Figure Arts with the little Goku that comes in there.
Aren't they all Goku?
Aren't they all Goku? We're gonna
I
keep
don't know nothing about DMC. And yep, you're saying, oh, JFix says, damn, Prime, you're saying that only kids collect Power Rangers. No, I was into Power Rangers when I was a kid. Don't be pulling weight stuff on me. I know how to read.
Where did you how much Power Rangers did you watch as a kid before?
I watched like the original stuff, the Mighty Morphin stuff. The minute they would start going to different universes and like the team changed, I was already a little bit older.
Right.
Probably like in high school and stuff.
I think I'm pretty much in the same timeline as you in regards to Power Rangers, but I just ended up jumping back into it.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah. I mean, I had all the old like original Power Ranger stuff and the Zords and stuff. I ended up selling those all like a couple years ago.
So I'm gonna open this guy first because I've been waiting. Oh, Chamba's in the house. It's cool, man. It's cool to do this thing online, and you talk to everybody, and you recognize all these names and people that you interact with. But then when you start to realize like where they're located, like I think he's in Australia, right? And Dan, who's in the UK, like
yeah,
people, this thing is huge, and we're all brought together.
Yeah,
all these distances are shrunken. Shortened by this by the internet. It's awesome, man.
Yeah. Yep. Shots fired. Yep. At Wade.
I'm gonna open this dude up. If I'm gonna request you open that motorcycle, man.
Yeah, for sure. And they're releasing that death metal bat that goes with the bike.
Right.
But the reason I got the bike was I have this Mesco with this custom head. That was the reason why I wanted the bike.
Oh wow.
Smash letters.
All right, so I had three Mexican people.
There you
go. Okay, this guy's a liar. Okay, I have the receipts. Okay, I have all the screenshots. I invite you on every time. Don't be like that. Okay. Yo, so the first arcade that you made, it must have been just for yourself, right?
No, actually, it was for somebody in the community. I had just made him a dial, and he was like, "Hey, have you ever made an arcade?" I was like, no, I hadn't attempted, but I can take a stab at it. He sent me some pics, and I think it was like Primal Rage or Killer Instinct that he wanted. And then I made it. It came out okay. And I think when you were with High School Creations, you guys were talking about progress and looking back. Oh no, with Posable Production.
Last week.
Yeah, looking back at your stuff and saying like, damn, that was garbage, but it's okay because at that point I thought it was fire. Yeah,
for sure.
So, that first round of arcades that I made, I was like, oh, I can't send this to this guy. Like I probably just charged him for shipping. Then he posted it, and he had a pretty big following. He posted it, and then I got more and more, and then it just like snowballed. And I still have like my first because the Marvel vs. Capcom, I did make it for myself, and I kept it. I have it in my garage just to like remind me, like, hey, you started at this, and you thought this was cool, but this is trash now compared to what you do now. So keep pushing, and that's why I looked at what I'm making right now. How can I take it to the next level? What other material can I make?
So was it the first one where you just knew right away, like you can keep making this and make it like your thing, do it well? Yeah,
especially when a lot of like the inner circle homies, we got those close, tight-knit collectors that we help each other out, we look out for each other, and then they start seeing it, and they were the first ones to start supporting me, and I started getting some like crazy off-the-wall requests, and I was making it happen. But I mean, this was like what 4 years ago, and I was making everything literally by hand. Like I had to cut it with a tiny little saw. I had to sand it. cut everything by hand too with scissors and stuff. Whereas now
Wow.
everything's like automated,
Yeah.
and it allows me to produce much better quality, right? Um, that's where I saw, I'm like, okay, you know what, this could be my niche, and I'm obviously getting interest because just like you said, Dan who he's out in the UK. We know some people. I had some orders international where I have now like they're regulars. I have one guy in Japan who consistently orders stuff from me, and that's crazy. I'm like, who would think that I would continuously sell this many cabinets after so long that I've been doing it for?
Right.
It's
That's
crazy.
cool though, man. Because once you knew what kind of base model that you wanted, you're able to work out a more efficient and cleaner
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. And now that I have that kind of like process as a standard framework, now I can take the liberty to tackle other games and larger ones too. Like I get a lot of requests for sit down consoles or shooting games. And then, they vary too, whether it's a handheld pistol or a shotgun, like big buck. A lot of
Right.
people want hunting games, stuff like that. So right now with this breather, while the site's down and I'm revamping it, people are still reaching out and placing orders, which is fine. I can still meet that demand, but then also I can go back and we were talking about this earlier. And what else can we mock up? What else can we go to our 3D printers and our other tools to make better and more efficient props? This thing has zip ties. I don't know what Todd was thinking, but he really wanted to. I had to use the 3D printer clippers because it's all zip tied in. Like
First of all, I don't know what Todd was thinking is a common theme with his toys. However, I don't think I've ever heard it in reference to the zip ties on his figures. Usually it's the choice of scale and articulation, but not the packaging. That might be a first. Chamba says, so you do ship overseas. I'll definitely need to pick one up. I did have a question on Instagram from J Darko Customs. He says, when is he opening up sales to the UK? I need them arcades.
And it's a little challenging because through the site, the shipping rate sometimes is off. Even though I enter like the weight and the dimensions and stuff.
Yeah.
I had one guy, he ordered some stuff for Japan. He went to the site and it charged them a certain amount when I got to the post office. For those two, it's challenging, especially right now. I have to go into USPS, into the post office and drop it off. A lot of everything else, I can print out the labels here and then just schedule a pickup or go and just drop it off and not have to deal with. Plus, they know me. They see me. They're like, oh, here comes this guy with the bags full of little arcades. Because they always ask me, they're like, why? When I ship it to like Canada or anywhere else, I have to fill out the custom sheet and put mini arcade. And they're like, what's a mini arcade? And I'm like, dude, we've been through this dance like a couple times. I'm like, come on, Ruben, you know me. Like, come on. He's like, oh, I just want to see one. So sometimes I'll give him my card or I'll show him my IG and stuff. But it's kind of tough. So I think right now with the relaunch, I'm probably going to handle international either via DM so I can schedule it out.
Right.
Actually trying to make trips to USPS. The other day I tried to ship something. I did ship something to Canada, but I spent like an hour and some change. So I spent like my whole lunch and I was late back to work. It was just like, it was a headache.
Speaking of USPS to Canada, well, kind of, you helped me pick up a NECA Krang, which is very nice of you. Thank you very much again. I saw you posted this picture that you saw it in Target. And I'm like, oh, next time you're back, can you help me grab it? You're like, yeah, I'm going back right now.
Yeah.
And that was crazy, man. It was really nice of you. So thank you very much. I want to let everyone know here. That was really nice of you. You shipped it over to my US shipping service, which is now in limbo right now. So, but thank you again.
Yeah, for sure, man. And because I walked in and I saw all the cranks and I'm like, oh, okay, I know there's plenty of people looking for this. I'm not one of them, but I'll help a couple of people out.
Another question was from High School Creations. He says, what was your inspiration for the arcades? Well, I guess that answers it. Someone asked for it.
Yeah.
He had three questions. He's quite excited. High School Creation, Michael said, when did you discover that you were a prime?
In high school.
How does I like to ask sometimes, how did the name come about?
Because originally, I'm an 80s kid, so like Transformers, I was really heavy into Transformers. Okay. And then as soon as I got my first job, I was like, you know what I'm doing? I'm gonna get all the G1 Transformers, the ones that do transform. because I was like, oh, that's it. I need to have all G1. So I started buying a bunch of G1 and everything that was like Optimus Prime. So of course, I think anyone growing up in that era, they either had their email saying something Optimus Prime or something Prime. So I was like, well, a lot of it was taken. So I was like, well, I'll be Prime to the first, and it's stuck with me ever since.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
This guy, he comes with a gun. Does the gun go with Stiltman or Frogman?
I think it goes for Stiltman, because isn't he like a bank robber, or isn't he robbing the bank?
I'm
Unless it's a water gun, then that would go with Frogman.
It might be. Well, he doesn't have gun hands, so I guess that's not for him. But I'm not going to build this Stiltman. That thing is ridiculous. This guy's cool, man. He feels really sturdy. I didn't know he has little springs at the bottom of his foot.
Chad before Prime. That's
right here.
Yeah, those look cool. I like the little attention to detail.
So I guess it adds to the character. And he's got the little eyes and the mask and backpack. I think this backpack piece is new.
You know what you might want to change your logo from the little monkey to just a stick of butter. I'm seeing all the butters. The butter Baron strikes again.
I
butter
don't
Nathan.
know.
Toy Migos up in the chat.
What's up, Cheney? Yeah. The other night, someone mentioned
my invite for them, but I think
Nation.
To be on Toy Migos, you got to have like a dark environment, right? Because like Cheney's, it's all dark, and you see like the dragon coming out. Ernie's kind of semi-lit, and then Adam's you just see him like just as deep V-necks. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you got to have like lights off. It's after party with Toy Migos.
I think Ernie in his new room, he has a new
he has like one light on, so you can see half his face.
How's this? How about red?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
How about no? This is too crazy. Blue. I like the blue.
Nice. Yeah. So this is how that Batman. I think it looks pretty good.
That's the Mezco Batman on the bike.
Yeah,
dude, that bike is huge. And what is it, like $20?
Yeah, it is about $20. And ironically, when did I? I think I did like a quick run through Target. I've been getting lucky. Not when I wear this hat, because this hat's super unlucky. All I find is Uggs when I wear this hat. So nobody should go out there and buy it. But I went into Target like in the middle of the day. I found the Baxter and Splinter set. Nice. And then a Michelle Pfeiffer pop, which I don't collect pops, but I bought it for my wife. And then I saw this bike, and I was like, cool. Like, that's just lunchtime haul passing through Target, of course. And then there was street dating, and the girl's like, oh, no, you can't buy it till Sunday. And I was like, all right, I'll come back on Sunday. I'm like, well, can I put it on hold? No, you can't put it on hold. And I went in on Sunday morning. I couldn't find it.
Right.
And I asked, they're like, nope, we don't have any. I was like, what? So I went outside in the parking lot, went onto their mobile app, and then it was there, and I ordered it, and then they brought it out like within the hour. I was like, what the? I'm like, okay, Target.
You should have hit it under the shelf and did it like a fake.
No, she took it when they're like, oh, street data. I have to go take it back, and she took it.
Oh no.
Yeah. And it was. I think I was wearing the hat. That's probably they saw the hat and they're like,
oh, this odious.
Yeah.
So on the stream last week, I was playing with this the Flashpoint. Since we're looking at McFarlane right now, and his leg only went this far. Like, this is stupid, right? That's it. So I tried to rotate it a little bit so I can move it a little bit more, and the whole thing came out of the peg. Luckily, it didn't break, but it took me a good little while after the stream last week to shove the joint back in, because the little socket inside kept rotating. But now it's back, but my fingers kind of hurt because they were kind of really pointy on some of these parts.
Yeah. And then I didn't know, but every time you go to Target, like if you use that Red Card app and you punch in your number, apparently I had accumulated like all these points, and that accumulated to dollars. And I had like an $8 coupon. So I applied it to the bike, and I only ended up paying like $16 for the bike.
How crazy is it that he puts out 1/12 scale vehicles out there at $20? Like, he did that, and then he did that Bat Raptor, which is the one-man motorcycle that you lean forward in. I mean, we should all support this kind of stuff, just so they see that people want 1/12 vehicles.
Oh, and the texture on it, it's like crazy. This it actually has like tread, and it feels like real rubber. It's killer.
And what's the head sculpt that you have on that Batman?
It's from CQ Studio. He did a run, I think, last year. He had an open mouth and a closed mouth version, and then the hands were included too.
Cool. Looks kind of freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened last week on Toy Migos. Just one, I think all caps was the person who just said Butter Nation, and then everyone else just started with Butter Nation. This is insane. But yo, you guys, if you are watching right now and you watch this in the background while you're unboxing toys yourself, join in part of the fun. If you're on Instagram, post a picture of you watching this, opening toys, tag me with hashtag unbox any day. And I would love to see some of you guys. If you can't be on, we can at least open toys together at the same time. You mentioned your new PS4 and
Yeah.
that you got earlier. To me, what did you say? You got it from a collector?
I got it from a Figure Fan Nate.
Right. Yeah, and like you said earlier, it's hard to find time to game as a parent. Literally, I get into bed, do all the grown-up stuff, and then sometimes it's like from 11 p.m. till 1 a.m. I play Call of Duty because that's the only time I really have.
Yeah.
But this week, my Xbox, it's the original Xbox One. It's like the first generation Xbox One was crapping out on me for a while, so I bought a hard drive, and it took me like a good 2 or 3 days to open it up. I had to get the right tools. Oh, here's the crazy part. You know how they make plastic tools to remove car upholstery and stuff, so that because metal ones would damage it.
Yeah.
So I don't have any of that stuff. So I go on Thingiverse and I look up plastic automotive tools. In like 2 hours, I had 2 new tools printed with the Anycubic. And I didn't have to go out to the store. I didn't have to wait for Amazon.
Yep.
I was just able to do it right away, and then I was able to use these tools to open up my Xbox case to get inside, and it didn't have to damage any of the casing. It was awesome.
Yeah, the huge perk. I made a coat rack, like just to put on the back of the door, from the 3D printer.
So I had this printer, and when you saw the one that I had, I ended up enabling you and getting that one. What did you have in terms of equipment?
Before I had I still have it. It's a Creality 3.
Okay.
And it's been giving me issues off and on, but now come to realize it was the filament that I was buying. And I've used the same brand over and over, but sometimes some companies they kind of make tweaks to their filament, or they introduce like a PLA plus, which it has like a sheen to it. But then this batch that I kept getting from the same, and I should have just tried different brands. Their spool was like tangled, and it kept getting, so it was creating a lot of tension, and just stressing out my Creality 3. But when I saw you with the Anycubic Mega X, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna, so I completely blame you for that. But I love that thing. It was such a sweet setup, so easy to put together. Like, I was up and going within the first 20 minutes. With the Creality 3, I think it took me 8 hours just to put together because, dude, it was such a headache. And that was my first time. It took me like 2 days just to level the stinking bed.
It's brutal. The Ender 3 is like probably the most common introductory level printer. But the crazy part is, if you don't watch 2 or 3 YouTube videos on how to build it, you're looking at this thing. Maybe you're in maybe your instructions are in Chinese or something. Something crazy. Like, it is not easy to put together. And then and people have different things. They're like, oh, before you do this step, I like to make sure I do this, and which might differ from another video. And it's so crazy. So when that Ender 3 went down, I had some orders that I had for people. So I'm like, this is really killing my momentum. So I bought the Anycubic i3, which is basically the same thing but smaller. And I opened it. You put in 8 screws. You plug in two wire sets, and then you're ready to go. Like, you level, and that's it.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, Mega X. That's a no brainer, and it can print huge stuff.
High School Creation says, I put 2 Enders together. He should just do a live stream and show people how to. I don't know. It's semi easy, but as a intro, it's a pain in the butt. Like
Yeah.
Allen wrenches and oh man, it was just making sure everything's like leveled. And maybe I'm just not that patient. So it's probably me. Use your error.
Yeah, so Anycubic, I've been going with that. I can print large prop pieces. I have this Power Rangers command console here
And
that
it's
you can
crazy
do.
because full circle, you know, you enabled me to get that Mega X, right? And then Mario hit
Oh
me up
boy.
and he was asking me about resin printing and stuff because I had just got the Photon, right? And he's like, "Oh yeah, I've been bugging Kevin about this." I'm like, "Yeah, dude." I'm all, he made me buy this. You have to buy, so I have to reset. And then he went and he bought out that resin printer, or maybe the Mega X and the resin printer. And then you and I were talking about the mono printer, right? I was watching a stream, and the dude was giving like a one of the newest Anycubic mono series, the 4K printer. He was giving it away. All you had to do was enter, you know. And I mean, there was like 800 people watching.
Yeah.
I went in like probably the last hour. I'm like, I'm gonna fill it out, just whatever, and we'll see what happens. I freaking end up winning the printer.
Oh, is that how you got it?
That's how I got it. Yeah,
Oh my God.
it was crazy.
That one's not me. That one,
No,
that was luck.
it was like it was literally like the week after we were talking about it. You're like, should I get mono K? I'm like, nah, don't get mono K. And I'm like, oh, when I post this, Kevin's gonna be like, really? You tell me not to get it and you go and get it?
That's awesome. But yeah, I think so. Then Mario got the wash and cure because it was around Christmas time. He's oh, Anycubic has a sale. I bought it already. Literally, it was like, I'm thinking about this, and then his next message was, I just bought both.
Yeah. I
So
started sending him pictures of the prints because he's like, how clean are they? And I showed him, I sent him some Cobra Commander prints I had just printed. I sent him a fire extinguisher and something else. I'm like, dude, look how clean it is. He's all, damn you. I just ordered it. I'm like, dude, do it. I just can't. I'm like, come on, do it.
Oh, my buddy Jason's here. He says he loves those Silver Age comics on the wall.
Yeah. These were originally like a calendar. And they're intended to be ripped off it was like a calendar from like 2016 or something, but then you're supposed to frame the top part. It had like all detachable stuff, so I ended up throwing them up on this white blank wall I got back here.
Sweet. Jason is a local friend of mine. He's also a toy collector. He's a comic book artist, and if some of you guys follow me on Instagram, he made me these he drew me a Punisher and a Mandalorian corner box, which is like in the old style of the comics.
Oh yeah.
In the top left corner, there's usually a little animation and the price and the comics code or whatever. And he did 4 of those in the Mandalorian style, which were amazing. So he's on Instagram at Jason Lapidus. Is it Lapidus or Lapidus? He never told me. But it was great. I reposted some of the art, and Jay Hernandez saw it, and I think he picked up a set of the prints too. So they're really cool. Dude, how good are these props for Power Rangers?
Those are cool.
So I had a couple of good prints going with the resin printer. I ended up with the Frozen Sonic Mini.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
I had a bunch of I got a bunch of credit on Amazon, and I ended up buying it there. And I had a couple of good prints, and then for some reason today I did 2 where just nothing stuck to my build plate all of a sudden, which was strange. So I'm still kind of dial it in.
Yeah, that's what's been going on with one of my printers. Some prints stick and some don't, or it's just like, and I'm like, what is going on? It does need require a lot of dialing in. And you know, sometimes the resin affects it too. I try not to use too many different types of resins, but it's weird. So I opened up the Sentinel Reddit Iron Man, the Fighting Armor Iron Man.
Oh, nice.
And I know The Amazing did a review on this, and it was like perfect timing because I was on the fence, and when I saw him do the review, these are smaller than their other Sentinel stuff because their Sentinel stuff is usually out of scale for Marvel Legends.
Right.
Speaking
of enablers.
Number one enabler
himself, The Amazing.
We're all enablers.
And it's bad because every time he puts out like 3 to 4 videos at a time.
Yeah.
So it's like he's just casting a wide net. Someone's gonna buy something.
Yeah, I
Very
usually have other
open-minded.
tabs open while I'm watching his videos. I have like Dorkside Toys, BBTS. I'm like, okay, where am I gonna get it from, whether I like it or not? In cart, out of cart. I was
Yeah.
like, okay,
So you open a tab, Ami, then you Control T, then you go
yeah.
YouTube,
And then I
then
just
you
wait, and I'm like, hands on the checkout, no checkout.
yeah, man. I've been trying to schedule something with him, and you guys are gonna end up buying a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he probably gets blamed for a lot of stuff.
He does. I'm sure he's sick of it too. Everyone will tag him and be like, I blame D Amazing, I blame this and that.
And the good thing, like, I watched his review, and he was like, yeah, it doesn't come with a lot of stuff, which I was fine with. I was like, okay, now I'm prepared. I'm just glad that Sentinel did a 112, true 112 scale that goes with the rest of my stuff. Because I have a lot of effects from Mezco, all my other legends. I don't need that. I also have the Revo. Oh man, this Iron Man, it's also die cast. Parts of it. This is heavy.
Let me get you up there. Oh, Johnny Number Cinco, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. D Amazing is why I have Storm Collectibles. Everybody who's here, let me know what is the most expensive toy that D Amazing enabled you to buy, influenced you. He's an influencer.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's awesome, dude.
Do you have any of the? You collect Mezcos too, right? Do you have any of the Iron Man?
Yep, I do. I have the classic and the stealth. Yeah.
And how are those compared
I like
to?
them
Because those are metal too, right?
Part of them are die cast. I think their chest is die cast. Right. I like the classic one. I have a custom head sculpt on the classic. It looks like the colors are right out of the comic.
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't have any of those, but I think the classic Iron Man is probably like I already collect Batman, which is in some ways the DC version of Iron Man in the sense that he has so many costumes. And he's also like a tech billionaire, which is
he scales pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty close there.
Yeah. I don't have a light switch like Sunny does, but
you know,
or a clock off my wall that I can just take and
I don't even know.
Sometimes I'm just like, what is he gonna bust out, like a roll of toilet paper and size comparison? It's hilarious.
I'm so like next week is gonna be
you don't know what he's gonna bring. He's gonna have to build a figure snowman that he had outside.
I'm gonna create a graphic so that I can put 1,000,000 points up when he shows up.
Oh, that is hilarious, dude.
And then if any jokes bomb, I'll just start taking
points. We're gonna take away 50 points because that joke wasn't funny. I'll give you, and he's like, okay, well, I'll give you 6 points because you complimented me. You're wearing a shirt, so you get 2 points.
Minus 40 points for audio issues in the beginning, which is fairly common here.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's build a figure snowman. Like, dude, come on. How do you come up with this shit? That was too much.
He looked like a weatherman doing like a live report. When I saw it pop up on my feed, I was like, what? What is he doing now?
I mean, in a way, the weather report is a review of the weather. So
I'm like Sunny the weatherman.
It's a lateral move. He's doing the same thing, but
he's reviewing the weather.
So that Iron Man doesn't come with much?
You said? No, he just comes with 2 sets of hands. Like he comes with the repulsor hand,
right?
And then like I'm gonna choke you hand. And that's it.
I'm gonna choke you.
The repulsor, the stand back 6 feet hand, and then I'm gonna choke you hand. But man, the colors and the die cast and the legs are pretty solid. It almost looks like the chest would light up, but it doesn't. That'd be awesome if it did. And then he has like these little flaps that open up in the back. But I got fat, stubby fingers, so I'm not going to be able to do that. Yeah, this guy's pretty cool. I waited a good minute.
Oh, sick.
I like that cherry red too.
Yeah, it does kind of pop off of that armor there. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah,
High School Creations also asks, what are you looking forward to the most in 2021 aside from the sticker swap?
Oh, he was doing a live, and I had commented like well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be around Christmas, but like a Secret Santa. I always get a kick when I would watch Craig Warwick doing his Secret Santa like customs amongst customizers, and they do
Right.
like a secret, and they send each other like I was telling them, what if like a dial Secret Santa or some type of props, and we just send each other. It has to be close. You have to somewhat know them because if I get something that my 6-year-old could make, I'm like, all right, I sent you something that took me a good week to make, and then you sent me something from your kid's 3rd grade art class.
Yeah,
So
that
obviously there takes some logistics behind that, but something like that, I think when I shot it out to him, aside from the sticker stuff, I think that would be cool. If we can do some type of like Secret Santa creator type of thing.
So you've been doing a lot of art.
Oh yeah, to de-stress.
Is that all this is? Like just picking up a new or
Yeah.
refining a new skill?
I've seen a lot of I can't draw worth crap. Like I can't even draw a straight line. So it's crazy that people are like, man, you got artistic skills. I don't.
How did you do this?
On Procreate. And I've just been so for my like a daytime job, it requires a lot. I work in like the learning and development field. So it's all about like motivating people, all these videos. And there was one video that I had watched last year. And it's like a TED talk, and it talks about like you can learn any skill in 21 hours. If you dedicate 21 hours, you can learn any skill. And it's always kind of been in the back of my mind. I'm like, you know what? This year I'm going to try to do it. And ironic, that's 2021, but I was like, I'm going to spend 21 hours, 1 hour a day in learning Procreate and see my progression and see. Because if you were to see my first couple attempts at drawing in Procreate, it looks like a 4-year-old did it. No offense to the 4-year-olds out there, but yeah.
I noticed how you started off with 6. You were going to say 6, and then you brought it down.
I had to drop it even low because my first drawing, I was like, what is that? And now that I look at it, I'm like, what was I drawing with my eyes closed? Like, what the?
So you learned, so you put in your 21 hours.
Yeah, I'm on hour 10.
That's it? Yesterday, and you came up with this?
Yesterday was hour 10. And I only posted it in my story. It was a donut. I posted it this morning on like my story. It was a donut.
Yeah. It's like, it reminded me of a Simpsons donut.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that was hour 9. So.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
For an application kind of have like, I don't know, it draws a completely different meaning when you hear Procreate. It just doesn't make sense.
And it's similar to, it's crazy because I have Photoshop too, but I always get overwhelmed with all the options that Photoshop has. It has like a ton of like, it's so much, and there's so many tutorials out there, but with Procreate, it just seemed a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more easier. So it worked for me.
It's funny. Mario says, I remember when he was on, we talked to him about his video editing, and he basically just took time out and learned everything from online by himself.
Yeah.
And it's cool. Like the two of you guys who are so easily influenced by purchases by me, and also, good at creating stuff. Like his dials are incredible. Obviously, you make awesome stuff too. Like is it a coincidence that you two are similar in that way, you think? That like, or is it just the drive, the motivation to be like, I want to make myself better in something artistically?
And I think that's really what makes you click with someone else, because we started chatting for a while, and it's that type of thing. He's like, oh, I want to do this. And you can just see it when he's posting, when we have that conversation. And that's kind of, with a lot of us, we kind of attract each other, where like Mike does a good job of just pushing and create that sticker swap. It's just pushing that creativity and encouraging others, really, instead of like, hey, I'm the one that created this style and it's just me and I'm not going to share with anybody. It's really like inclusive in whether you're at, this is your first style or this is your 100th style. Let's all like enjoy it together. Yeah, and he says Procreate is amazing with the E. So that's, that's official.
Amazing.
Let's see. I do 1 hour a day. So someone's asking if I'm doing an hour a day type of deal for 21 days, or is it a couple hours per day? Yeah, it's 1 hour a day. I usually do it like right before I go to bed. And it just kind of like shuts down all the noise because my daytime job is really like mentally intense, where it's Excel spreadsheets and meetings and nonsense. Whereas this, it kind of like lets it. It's more artistic. It's a different outlet, you know.
Would you say that kind of work is more mind numbing or like dull, where you're
The
not?
day work, my day work.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like it turns my brain to mush. I hate it.
like Excel spreadsheets and meetings. I mean, I do a lot of that too, and it's just numbers. You're not really
And especially right now, the field I'm in, we're all working from home, so it's just constant meetings via Zoom, not face to face because nobody wants to show their face, but it's just like just phone calls, you know, and it's semi corporate level, so it's super super boring, and nobody wants to do anything, and it's a headache.
Chamba says, any of the other fighting armor that you blokes will be interested in picking up? The Captain America, Spider-Man, and I think Deadpool, which is only a prototype. Oh, I think I recall seeing those.
I think I saw pics of the Captain America and the Spider-Man. They looked really cool, but if I start going down that rabbit hole of picking up, it's gonna be all. I'm like, nope, just Iron Man. And that's kind of thing. I only pick up this year. I'm like, I'm only gonna pick up what I want. And that's it. I'm not gonna get the whole wave of Legends, or I'm not gonna get every. And like what I do go all in is the Mezco. Like, sad to say, but whatever they drop, I'm like, oh, got another one. Yes, that's my 401k. I told Sunny I'm gonna buy my next house.
Yo,
I'm buy my next car with my Mezcos.
796 says, I jumped out of Mezco completely and D Amazing brought me back in. Now I need all the Gomez figures. Yeah, he'll do that. All right, I'm gonna look into this 21-hour concept thing. Through my work, I have access to, I think it's LinkedIn Learning. There's a whole bunch of courses. I should really do some of that. I can't even get myself to work out an hour a day. Like, come on.
We do a lot of like TED Talk stuff and Franklin Covey type of thing. I did cop the White Skull. It should be coming in here on Monday. And then I'm gonna open up this.
I got the White Skull. Actually, no, that's fair. Terrence knows I got the White Skull.
This Build-A-Figure that someone sent me. Hopefully it's not a snowman, but we'll see what.
Can you imagine it's just a bag of snow from Sunny?
From Sunny.
What? So you mentioned earlier you were a big mint on card collector and
Used to be.
Yeah, used to be, and a completionist. What was it that helped you break those two habits?
So I, like a lot of collectors, I had a lot of stuff in storage, and then my storage got broken into, and I lost a bunch of stuff. And I lost my Pit Wave, which then I had to go out and get. I ended up buying Pit by himself, but I lost the Pit Wave. I lost part of my Fing Fang Foom Wave. I lost part of my Galactus Wave, and all this stuff was mock. You know, I had these really cool X-Men like Jim Lee frames. They look like they were printed on metal, but so they were really reflective. But some comics, but it was mostly figures. So when I got to my storage, I saw the door all busted and stuff, and I was like, "This sucks." I didn't even get to enjoy them. They were all in their I was like, "Nope, I'm gonna set them all free." Like the only thing I have in mock is like I think a couple of Toy Biz Legends, like the Cable Brown variant and like a Ghost Rider, which I was gonna try to open on here, and then I checked eBay price real quick, and he's going for like $90, and I'm like, Ghost Rider. Okay, it's the variant, so I was like, I'm not gonna open. I'm just gonna leave them on card. Yeah.
No, that makes sense, man. And then like you had to buy everything back, and you ended up buying it loose. When you held it in your hand, were you like, dude, like this is what I was missing out on? Like, did you have that feeling?
That's what it was. I was like, oh man, it's so freaking awesome. Like the Sentinel. When I opened up the Sentinel Wave and I put it together, I was like, oh, this is awesome, you know. Then I started getting into toy photography, and you can see on my page there was a good minute where I was really into toy photography and setting up the scene and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is actually like it's getting me back into the community. It's getting me back into the hobby that I used to like. Right. Whereas I was like, what was I doing? I felt like I was missing out. And then sometimes I would open it, or I'd get the figure loose, and I'm like, this figure fucking sucks. Like, what the? I should have never even bought them to begin with. I should have just, and I would end up reselling them, you know?
Yeah. Imagine doing toy photography like this. You just throw a box in front of a dio, and you're like, this sucks. This is not fun at all. It's not realistic.
Yeah.
the worst part for me was I was doing mint on card, not mint on card. I was being a completionist for Black Series, and
Uh-huh.
like most collectors, I was running out of space to the point
Yep.
where the boxes were just numbers in a row
Yep.
on the wall. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Why am I busting my ass to get characters that I don't care about, like a freaking resistance trooper or something stupid,
Yeah.
just because this perceived OCD of mine says that I can't miss numbers in between in this row.
Yeah. Yeah.
So first thing I did was, I think right before they did like an archive Darth Maul, I sold my original Darth Maul. I'm like, I have the SHF. That'll be the one that goes on display in my shelf. Why am I keeping this Darth Maul, in a box in my house, taking up space? So when we had, small conventions here, I'd rent a table with my friend or hop on with another friend's table, and I'd just like sell stuff for, like you said, 70, $80 for an older Black Series. That's crazy. You'd be crazy not to get rid of it or open your
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think you hit the nail on the head where it's like it's just in boxes. What are you doing with it? You're not really enjoying it. So mid last year, I was like, I'm gonna stop trying to keep up with everyone. Everyone's like getting waves and waves, or
Yeah.
there's the new hype figure or the new army builder. I'm like, I need to, and that's I think a hard part for collecting, not to get sucked into the wave, because sometimes it is, you do enjoy it. You see that I'm a huge army builder, but I really try to stick with only army building what I really really like. And a lot of it's just really sticking with Marvel. I tried to army build stormtroopers and I was like, nope, not gonna do it. I'll stop. But this is what I ended up getting. It was one, I
Oh,
think, on your top 10.
yes. What a
And I
beast.
was about to get the wave because
Yeah.
Target had a sale, GameStop had, I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna buy the build a figure.
It was a gamble. I think I got a sale at Toys R Us, and then I had you can get like a 10% off when you sign up for their mailing list or something.
Yeah.
And then I ended up selling all the individual figures. There's no way they do not re-release this as a deluxe on its own.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
And to me, I'm like, I got a pretty good deal. It was on eBay. The seller had sent me like an offer. It's like, because it was sitting there for a couple of days, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna send it to you with free shipping. I think I ended up paying like $80 for him. So I was like, $80. I was gonna pre-order it from Dorkside. I think theirs was like around the same price too, but I would have to wait till March. So I'd rather pay $80, get the build figure instead of spending 120 on, and then have all these other Marvel Legends that I don't really care for.
Well, now that you have it, what do you think of it?
Oh, dude, I like it. It's meaty. I have a shelf on my DTOF that's just all the Build-A-Figures.
Okay.
And that's the OCD with, I'm like, okay, it goes with the Build-A-Figures. I need to at least collect, if I'm not going to collect every wave, I need to collect all the Build-A-Figures. I like him, dude. He's meaty. He's solid. And he's going to go good with that Marvels of Champion arcade that I made. I don't know if you saw that. He's perfect because he comes from that game.
The Contest of Champions.
Yep.
See, I've been meaning to order one, but there are a couple that have that whole nostalgia feel to me, and I can't decide.
Yeah, man, you'd be surprised how many people, that's how the conversation starts. Our DMs start. They're like, oh, I want this. And they're like, oh, but this one's really nostalgic for me. But then I like this one. And then me and my brother would play this one. And like, then we have a list of 6. And they're like, yeah, I can't get 6 right now. Like, it's just.
And you're like,
crazy.
yes, excellent.
Yeah,
excellent.
I'm like, excellent.
Yeah, man, like 89 Batman is my thing, but I don't remember the game. I spent so many quarters on like that Simpsons, the Simpsons wide one.
Yeah.
Side scroller, and it was 2 TV screens. So I love that stuff. So I haven't really been able to decide on one. This thing,
how you like that?
It feels good. I think the middle is metal, and some of these parts are plastic. There's rubber tires that spin. I don't know if you can see.
Nice.
They spin really well. There's a kickstand. I haven't read the instructions yet to see what you can do with it, but you can turn the front. It's going to be awesome. I have both of the Bulmas. You said you're not really into DBZ, right?
No. They're all Goku to me, but that's all right.
They're all Goku. There was an actual Goku. Here's the dumb thing. You don't have to be a Dragon Ball fan to appreciate how stupid this is.
Yeah.
So it comes with this Goku, and he can ride on the back of the girl that sits in this bike. so that it's to scale. But if you bought this actual figure
It's
from
not.
SHF by itself, he's about like this big standing up here. So they completely screwed up the scale
Yeah.
on this. And this just has a moving head. Like it's got a hilarious look on his face because he's like a boy who grew up in the woods when you first meet him, and he's never seen technology. So he gets on the bike and he's just completely mind blowing because it just takes off.
It's just kind of like Wade from Unparalleled.
What's that?
I say he's kind of like Wade from Unparalleled. Doesn't know technology.
You guys crack me up, man.
He was taking a lot of shots at me the other day. He said I don't support him. Something about I'm a sellout. And I was like, I'm a sellout because I bought this hat. That's about it.
Do you resin print some of the parts for your like if they're trade secrets? You can just tell me to shut up, and I won't ask the question.
I'll be like, I'll give you this. No, I do. I made Outrun for Jay Hernandez. It was like a driving one.
Okay.
And then I made pole position for Spider-Man 1974 on Instagram. I resin printed the steering wheel. I created it in Tinkercad and then resin printed it because it needed to be like a certain diameter to fit. Like where the guns go in this Area 51, that's right. 3D printed off the off the Mega Anycubic Mega X.
Okay.
Yeah, because I used to use wood and foam to cut that out. It was very meticulous, but I threw it in Tinkercad and now I can just 3D print that slot. So the slot's perfect and the guns slide in and out. They stay in there and it's deep enough that they're not going to fall out.
I mean, when High School Creations was on, we also spoke about this too, just blending all the different technologies and methods into making one thing. It's actually pretty unique in terms of dio making too.
Yeah.
Kid Goku SH figure art release actually scales better with 1/9 size figures. Yeah, it's most unfortunate. And I love original Dragon Ball too. It's hilarious. But yo, everyone who's in here, thank you for watching. Just a quick update. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you're in here. It all helps with the channel. New this week and going forward, I have super chats unlocked / enabled. Awesome, dude. If you want to have a comment highlighted, you want to shout something out, you want me to read out something on the stream, go ahead, hit that button at the bottom. If you feel like it, it's all good. I'm just trying to figure out.
You should do it like Two Amigos do it. Don't read the comments unless they super chat.
All right, you guys are gone now. No, just kidding. No, I'm not gonna do it like that.
So Jake Biggs just called me a sellout. That's okay. These guys started a Bat Force Grump. Shout out to him. He started a DM for the Tuesday crew, and that thing was off the chains. Like I was dropping my kids off at my wife's work, and my phone was just like I think my phone was gonna explode. It was freaking hilarious. And, Plasty's up in the house. What's up, Plasty? I was like, if I'm participating in this DM, I'm gonna end up crashing because they were making me laugh so much. It was crazy. It's good fun.
Which one are you gonna open next?
So I'm gonna open up my Sephora haul from Dat Metal on Instagram.
Your birthday gift?
Yeah. It's gonna be the Manny Petty that Wade had requested because I know he's really into that.
Tuesday crew. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, Wade's definitely branded himself nicely. It's you know how memes really catch on. He's got his own form with the following, which is awesome.
It's hilarious. Like
so many people.
More than half of the entertainment is the chat just going off the chains, either telling him he can't read right or just I crack up at terrible. Like, Jay Biggs is always on fire. Plasty with the recap of the chopped up videos. Sometimes that's pure gold right there.
Yeah, it's awesome to have, like, if a fan just goes out and they want to do something like that for you.
Yeah.
PX.
Yeah, the PX Harley. Yep. And behind these closet doors, it's all my Mezco boxes. I'm running out of space.
What do you? I love boxes. I don't know what to do with them. You can't throw them out.
I'm gonna put a handle and just take it to work as my lunch pail.
But you can use the stealth. I still have my stealth one unopened.
Oh yeah, the stealth one's nice. I like that one. I got
And
lucky
also,
enough that I have most of the Gomez. The only one I don't have is Lone Roach.
I sold that one because it funded a Sentinel, Legends, the HasLab Sentinel for me.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, how could I? It's like Lone Roach or 80 to 90% of a HasLab.
Yeah.
Did you order any of those?
HasLab, the
Yeah.
Sentinel. I got
Yeah.
one. I was originally gonna get two, but then I was like, no, like I'm just gonna get one. But yeah, it was crap. I'm like, I'm gonna get three. No, I'm gonna get no, and then I ended up getting one.
Definitely a space killer. This is way too much stuff in here. I'm sitting here like rethinking my
Did you?
not
Oh, did you get
my
the Mezco, the other Batman that just dropped? Remember you said we were going to talk about that.
Oh yes, the Mezco Batman from this week. You saw the amazing poster review on Monday nights, and then they dedicated a whole day,
Yeah.
Mezco 112th day. And what was announced this day? Just this. What is it called? Darkest Dawn Edition.
Yeah.
Supreme Night, which I was fortunate enough to get. You got yours too, right?
Yeah. And see, like that right there, it reminds me like it's influenced by the Hush Batman. That's that color scheme.
Yeah, the color scheme definitely sells it. A lot of people don't like the extra detail on the bodysuit. I think I read one of my friends say it looks like a child drew on the details or something, but I kind of dig it because if you remember the Ben Affleck tactical suit Batman, that's probably one of my favorite Mezco Batman suits out there. So this reminds me a lot of that. And then you get the yellow and black magnetic emblem on this.
What told me on it was that magnetic yellow and black.
I told the amazing, I'm like, wow, $90 for a fucking emblem.
Pretty much.
I think we could have 3D printed and painted.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to do is cast it. You can easily cast that.
Do you cast them?
Me if the Harley legs are the same length. They're not, but it's weird because one of her heels is thicker. It's barely like it's literally like a couple millimeters in difference.
I'm gonna give this a go. I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Nice.
Is he say hockey gear or hockey pads?
I think it says hockey pads.
Hey, Bad Force Grunt, man. Thank you for watching and hopping on. I do this every week, every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, opening a lot of toys and enabling this addiction that we all have, that is toy collecting.
Oh, Figure Fan 8 finally made it. He's super late. I haven't taken out your PS4, but appreciate it.
It was so when my Xbox went down, it was the second time in like the past month, and every time I was just messaging people, so should I get the Series X or should I get the Series S? What should I do? PS5 was pretty much out of the question because I'll wait till a second generation that's cheaper. The only thing that draws me to it is Spider-Man. Like the Spider-Man games are, I mean, I've been playing, what is it, like PS2 from back in the day that had the first open world?
Yeah.
That shit is awesome, man. So it was really tough, and I was trying to figure out what I should get for Xbox. I was so close to trading my friend. He had an extra Xbox sitting around because he upgraded. I was close to trading him a box of toys for it.
What were you going to trade?
It's like just a bunch of black, like a
bunch of fodder,
Black Series,
a bunch of spawn figs.
So I was like, yo, 930. If I can't fix this Xbox by 930, I'm gonna come trade the stuff with you. He's like, oh, I can't tonight. And I'm like, okay, fine, guess I'll wait. And then I ended up fixing it at 9:39, like 9 minutes later, and I'm like, oh shit, I could have made it like a really bad trade in that time.
Yeah. And to this band, I think we can definitely cast that emblem, put a little magnet. I have a couple magnets in my garage that I was using for other stuff. That's what told me that yellow and black.
Yeah, because it's the most classic look, right?
Yeah, it looks good on the all black.
Who's your go-to Batman? Like, who's your favorite version, movie or comic? Keaton?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 80s baby, right? It has to
Yep.
be.
Keaton.
So when what happened with this was after the Supreme Night, the last one, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I have all three of the Mezco Batman. If all the different versions, I have Batman Beyond. Once 89 Keaton comes out, like that's it. I don't need any more Mezco Batman. I'm not going to buy any more Mezco Batman. And then this happens, and then I buy it and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I said I was out. And then I realized on a technicality, it's still true because until 89 comes out, I
Yeah.
still can buy as long as they keep pushing it back and putting releases in the middle.
And how many other Batmans can we get? Because this is like he's old, right? So unless they revisit some of the other ones, like another Batman Beyond or a slim version, or because apparently Mez doesn't like Robin, so he's just gonna keep pumping out Batmans. So it's like I don't know how much. I'm a Batman fan, and I'll pick it up. Then I'm like, okay, we've done the trilogy. We did the young Batman. You did he's at his
Which is
prime.
cool, by the way. They made their own version of it, which I loved.
Yeah. You know, we're gonna get Batman in a wheelchair, and that's gonna be like Sunny with his cannonball pick. It's just Batman in a wheelchair.
I've seen there's like a girls line of toys. I think it's called Monster High.
Yeah.
And they're monsters. And I remember seeing one in a wheelchair, and I thought like, I get it. Like if there was a kid out there in a wheelchair who was confined to like a wheel, I don't know what the proper term is, but like they'd be like, oh, cool, here's a toy for me.
Right.
But like,
so they can do that, like Batman in a wheelchair, and then some kid can be like, oh, I'm gonna grow up to be Batman.
Yeah, it could be
right.
Too.
Maybe
you can see it right here. This is all Batman.
Yeah.
DC stuff, like a universe, and then this is some other stuff, and then over there is Hot Toys and Mezco in the Detolf.
The other thing that they can start doing is just really focusing on his rogues gallery and release like, okay, Mr. Freeze, we got Two-Face coming down. I don't know, did you order Two-Face?
No, I didn't order Two-Face, and then The Amazing posted some pictures, and I'm not gonna buy it just out of spite, just so I can say like he didn't influence me to buy it, although I might just end up playing myself. They did announce Mr. Freeze though.
What's that? I know. Right. So they've announced Mr. Freeze, right? If they've exhausted, because to me, I think they've exhausted like Batman. Like unless come on, like I don't know. Then focus on his rogues gallery. Like give us a Penguin, give us even their take on a Penguin or a Riddler, or give us a Killer Croc. I don't know, just Scarecrow. I think they can use a Gomez body for a Scarecrow. That would be really.
Well, you don't need that because Smash Labs does a really nice Scarecrow.
Oh yeah.
Custom head sculpt, the sickle on a. His name is Nosferatu. My God, I'm getting old.
The
Nosferatu body, because that shirt he has on is pretty good already. There are a lot of people sounding off on their favorite Batmans here. We have All Hail Keaton, of course. Keaton animated series.
Yep, animated series.
Some troll said Clooney. Val Kilmer. There we go. Clooney would make for an enduring Mezco.
Oh yeah, the Bluto Bane to use as Bane. That'd be awesome.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, because that Bluto's so good.
Supreme Beyond. They're just combining things together. Oh, boring fat dad, what's going on? Figure fan Nate says Cannonball in a wheelchair needs to happen. No, that's just biting Sonny's idea. With the way that Mezco does some of their stuff, they could even just re-release the Black Ninja body, which probably they have everything for it.
Yeah, and it makes like a Batman, like a Bruce Wayne head. Yeah.
And then that's it. You're ready to go. Throw on the same accessories.
Yeah, this Harley is dope. Her jacket's really freaking awesome.
How are the elbows? Do they feel weak?
No, because I have the classic Harley.
Okay.
I didn't pick up the Harleys are the first Mezco females that I've picked up. The classic Harley, her elbows feel fine. I know there's a lot of issues with the Catwoman, but they feel good. I mean, she's super thin. Like her arms are really thin, but
right.
I'm not gonna
the main weakness of a lot of those.
Oh, if this was to break right now, I would you'd see black. It would just be like
Josh has left the chat. Adam West Batman. That'd be cool. So you're saying more Batman Rogues Gallery? I think
yeah.
Mezco could do a really nice Poison Ivy.
Oh yeah.
And then a Poison Ivy would go hand in hand with Harley Quinn because they team up a lot and they're a pretty good duo, right? I think those would go well together.
I mean, we'll probably get like 20 more Gomez's before another different character, but
did you have any issues with ordering this week?
Reorder?
Because it's going out in like 15 minutes.
For that Batman, because for the White Skulls, I did have issues. It wouldn't take my payment. And then someone's like, just go in there like that morning of, clear all your credit card, all your payment info, and then just re-upload it. Worked like a charm. I was able to snag that Batman. Like by 10:03 Pacific Standard Time, I was already in and out and like made out like a bandit,
Yeah, it's been getting better. I think a lot of people need to remember that tactic because I'll go in, my credit card is there with the expiration date, but the last 4 numbers are X's, and then I have to remove it and re-add it, and then
like Mezco needs to come on, like step it up. Like it was cute the first year, but like we're going on year 4, like it's just annoying now. And man, like I don't know, it's come on.
That's funny.
J Fix says, "Why am I judging her like that? She's struggling, hasn't eaten much." Oh, Harley, yeah, I judge, man. It's all internal, but I judge a lot. She's cool. She looks like she hasn't eaten for a while. She has half the Sinead O'Connor look.
It's a very specific reference.
Well, I'm glad you got that.
Some of the younger cats won't get that for sure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
open like this fishnet and the halter top. That looks really good. Just the details that to take. It's awesome. Jacket's good. Paint job's really good. It's creepy.
My White Skull should be delivering in the next few days. Does it come with the bazooka? Because I know one of the Harley, the comic Harley. Yeah. The comic Harley has the bazooka with the big smoke effect, right?
This one does too. So now I have 2 bazookas.
That's really cool. That's another thing that Mezco does really well with their not just their guns accessories, but the accessories for the accessories, just to make it even more fleshed out.
Cool.
Oh, the smiley face. That's dope.
Yeah, that's really cool. Paint jobs, man. That paint applications is spot on.
Did you see Two-Face has like the double submachine gun?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
I'm sure they're going to release like a PX version of him with his black and white suit.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that stood out to me was that the suit itself didn't really stand out. Usually it's more extravagant and crazy, right? This was just like a straight line of the break in the color in the suits. Hopefully
if they do like a Batman, what was it, Batman Returns with the Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face.
Let's not mention that. All right, this guy's Gold Zeo. I've been going back watching all the series, and I've been doing it out of order. But if you watch Zeo after like some of the later ones, it's hard to go back. It's kind of cheesy and corny. But
do they all have like a linear story? They all go in order?
Yeah, so you have your original Power Rangers, which you used to watch, and then Jason, Zach, and Trini swapped out with some new people, and then there's the movies, and then there's Zeo, and it continues. There's like the Zordon era, which is a few series, and then it switches to some other stuff later on. But the comic books do a really good job of filling in the gaps of some of these other storylines and backstories too. Bad Force Grump says they rejected PayPal 4 times with some sort of error, had to enter in a new card.
Yeah, I haven't been able to buy a Mezco using my PayPal, I think the last 4 or 5 purchases.
Yeah.
Even if I delete it, add it, it tells me nope. So I'm like, okay.
I'm good with paying. Only one other person I've heard tell me that it's good that PayPal, you pay all up front.
Mm-hmm.
because you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about it later. That's the
Yeah.
only, I've only heard one other person say that.
Yeah. Yeah. I usually do everything like up front. I'm like, just do it up front. I don't have to worry about it.
What do you see? What are some things that you have cooking? For, is it just going to be arcades? Do you have any more upgrades that you're thinking of doing, or branching out into something
Um,
that complements your arcades?
yeah. That's funny because I was trying to think. I did post a couple of like sneak pics of other. I wouldn't necessarily call them accessories, but just like common things that you would see in an arcade.
Right.
Obviously, I've done like some crates, which they've come out really killer on the Mega X.
Were you
Yeah,
using the wood PLA?
yeah. And it's crazy how much of a big difference using the wood PLA than the other standard PLA makes.
Right.
And then once I got down the paint scheme, man, it really looks, and it has like a texture. Yeah, those right there. It has the texture of real wood. So I've been messing with the crates and barrels, just kind of offering different sizes and variations because
Right.
I was trying to go for like almost like a prohibition era type of warehouse look.
Yep.
And right now you should see it. Like I have so many different sizes of crates. It looks like a old timey warehouse.
Yeah, those are good if you have like a Mezco Popeye and stuff. So wood PLA, for people who don't do this crazy stuff, PLA is like a type of plastic. Normally you would use just a regular spindle of PLA for printing, but wood PLA has like bits of wood
Hmm.
when they're producing it. It's like mixed in. I don't know if it's like sawdust or something.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
actually smell a little bit of it when you're printing. You have to heat up the plastic, and then you print on your printer, but you get a small whiff of like a wood smell
yeah. Oh
when you're
yeah, definitely. And you got to print a little bit at a higher. So it's funny because right now I was doing some test prints and it comes out like butter. Ironically, comes out like butter out of the
printing.
A. But it leaves like a wood feel to it. It has like almost like a fuzz to it. So almost kind of has like a wood feel to it.
Mhm.
It's that I like that wood PLA. So I've been kind of messing with that, doing some, and I want to offer up sets and at the same time make it reasonable, like not crazy expensive. But at the same time, finding a quick and efficient way to mass produce them because sometimes I'll get hit with a lot of orders and people want, you can't. It's hard to only have 4 crates if you want to have like a warehouse theme. You've got to have like a shit ton of crates. But at the
Yeah.
same time, you don't want to spend a shit ton of money to get a shit ton of crates. So it has to you got to find that balance. I'm working on different types of vending machines. I know Sonny gave me he was like, and people have been telling me I got to make like a Sunny vending machine with just all Sun chips or Sunny chips. So I've been messing with that. I got some different types of Coke machines in the works, and some different shooters because I've been getting requested for a lot of different shooters.
Time
So
Crisis.
yeah, Time Crisis.
Time Crisis?
If you guys follow Work More or Less, I did a Time Crisis for him. He did a killer job on revealing that. So that was I collaborated with him last year.
Also, this carpet that you have matching the arcade is so freaking accurate to this arcade era. It's insane.
Yeah.
Although generally they were a lot darker because they were really dirty and nasty
Yeah.
from like soda stains and all that stuff.
Yeah, I get a lot of comments on the carpet. They're like, "Hey, where'd you get that carpet?"
There you go. There's a Simpsons one.
Oh, and then you were asking like if I resin print like that Paperboy. I made the
Oh
the,
my gosh.
the bike
That's
thing. I made the handles and Tinkercad, and it's resin printed.
This is like, this is the thing where like if we start talking, it's going to be a list of 6.
Yeah, dude, this was I used to love and hate this game. And then like at my work, we have like an employee room, and we have like 3 or 4 arcades. But they don't have Paperboy, but they have like NFL Blitz, and they have one that has all the games like Pac-Man and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
a lot of times I get inspiration from there.
That's perfect. You just go on your lunch and you see what's good.
Yeah.
Paperboy, I used to play on my computer, man. That was a
Those
long.
two right there, that pole position and the scroll up a little bit, the 2 driving ones. Yeah, so the that one was for Jay Hernandez Outrun, and again resin printed the steering wheel and a little 3D printed the base, so it has a shift knob and everything. Yeah. And then that was for Spider-Man 1974.
right here, and then it was all downhill after that.
Yeah.
That was a lot
Yeah.
of
And
the cool.
those are kind of like just new games. I have working on a Star Wars, and some of these other ones, they start pushing me towards implementing like Tinkercad more and really designing the control panels and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
This is crazy. But you know what the before I forget with the
Yeah.
wood filament
Uh-huh.
is that I've seen people actually stain the prints
Mm-hmm.
and get like that kind of finish after they've printed it.
Mm-hmm.
The most ridiculous one, you know, when you go to the department store, you get like a cologne sample.
Yeah, yeah.
You get that little bottle.
Yeah.
So I'm in this Facebook group, and someone modeled a stand just like this that would put like 30 of those little bottles. He
Okay.
printed it in wood PLA,
Uh-huh.
and then he stained it so that it looked like a fancy wooden
Mm-hmm,
kind of
mm-hmm.
like display piece, so that he could put all of his cologne samples in there.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm like, who? Why are you displaying this? Is it
Why would you display cologne samples?
is it just for yourself that like it just matches your decor wherever you're doing it, or you have it at the front door? Like, is the most ridiculous thing. But the fact that you can stain it like you're working with wood is actually a pretty cool technique for some of that stuff.
Big Fix says 2-1-up arcade. Oh, okay. I did the Thanos Marvel contest. No, Thanos Marvel superheroes game. I have that 1-up arcade, and I made a replica of it too, like 1/12 scale.
Right.
But I designed it just like the 1-up, like even has like the little riser and stand. But it was so the design was so intricate that it just takes too long. And sometimes that's the challenge. Like I think someone else asked for a sit down Star Wars. I have the
Yeah.
template for the sit down Star Wars, but a lot of times the more complicated it is or the more intricate, it's obviously going to cost, drive the cost up of something, because I got to
Yeah.
spend time with it. And that's where, again, where you have to find that medium where are really individuals going to want to pay that much? Because I think sometimes we run into as artists, people don't want to pay for our time. They
Yeah.
want the end result, It's like, if some of us complain about $19.99 or $24.99 for a Marvel Legend, which is mass produced by a big company, but sometimes when it comes to artists, it's like, you're asking how much for that? 50, 60, or $100 for that? That's too much. So sometimes I do have to turn down certain requests just because I can do it, but I'm like, when I'm going to charge you, it's probably going to be, it's going to waste both of our time. Let's not waste each other's time.
It's like it's even with the figures, like you mentioned, they have to put in when they do a new sculpt.
Mm-hmm.
The extra money is spent
Mm-hmm.
doing those new designs as opposed to reusing some of the older parts and keeping costs low, and as a result pricing low for customers. Let's see, any driving games with seats, that would be crazy.
Oh, I did have one game, virtual one. I think I had it on my page. It has a seat. I'm working on. Somebody had placed a very large order with me since last year. I've been working on it since last year because, again, me and this guy, he's ordered a couple, and it was like we were just talking. He's like, "Oh, I want this one. I want," and the list grows and grows. And I'm like, "Man, this is where you're at." I give him like a running tab, But at the same time, I get it. Like, if you want to make it happen, you can make it happen. If you're willing to be patient and you're like, hey, I need to do like a payment plan and I want the games, but I'm gonna pay you as I go. Okay, great. I have no problem with that. I'll ship it all out once it's all done, or however you want it. If you by the time you finish paying off one game, I'll send it out, whatever. But I've been working with this dude for almost like close to a year, working on his arcades, and now I'm tackling the last one. And it's a virtual one arcade, which includes 2 seats to sit down, and it's probably a little bit. But see, there's that Marvel Contest of Champions for that Venom pool. And that one was custom requested because the characters on there from the one from Dave and Buster's aren't those characters. I had to create that side template. Those are characters that I chose. The person that requested it, the only thing he wanted was he's like, I just want Deadpool in it. That's it. So you can pick all the other characters, just put Deadpool in it. And I'm like, all right. So I picked the villains and then I picked the other heroes.
You also did the the stickers for the van. Am I
Oh yeah,
remembering
that
correct?
was
Mystery Machine.
yeah,
That was a nice wave of new merch, right?
yeah, that was
Because that was another 1/12 scale vehicle that was relatively inexpensive
yeah.
and available at retail, and that was a really cool idea. You jumped on and provided all those designs for it.
Oh, see right there, there it is, left next to the Injustice one.
Oh, here, yes.
Yeah, that's my two-seater that working on right now.
That's crazy, man. And yeah, you're right. Like for artists, people they're like, oh, like $200 for custom this and custom that. It's like, okay, if you think you can do it yourself, go
By all
go
means,
go
go ahead.
take a class and go do it.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're gonna need this equipment. They're like, oh, that's gonna cost me this much money. Or you can go rent it from me. I'll rent it to you for, another $100, just to go design and do all that stuff. At the end of the day, that's what you're paying for. People don't see or like care about that stuff.
Yeah, with this one, I even did like the division that you would find normally with sit down games. Like there's like that clear or that privacy screen that's between two cabinets. And then for this particular one, the individual that wanted it, he wanted me to put lights inside to make it light up too. So I went ahead and did that. But yeah.
Right. So like what I said earlier, you're like what kind of stuff you're looking to, if there's more you're looking to expand to. There's you said accessories that go
Yeah.
with these arcades and all that stuff. Oh, here's the decals
Yeah.
for the event. This never even came to Canada. I don't think I saw any merchandise for the Scoob movie at Walmart other than maybe a Playmobil set.
Yeah. That's crazy. I know a while back you had Drew Olive on your show. He bought some stickers waiting for that van. And I told him, hey, if I see it all the time, it's still here at my local Walmart. I'll send it to you. Like, just that's crazy.
Did he end up getting it?
No, he didn't. He was like, no, I'll wait. And he's like, I still haven't gotten the damn van. Like, it hasn't shown up here.
I had to I had to get my cousin in.
Oh, that's right. And then she filled it with some props inside that you had bought from that was awesome.
From
It was
Nick.
cool. It came like packed. It looked like legit.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny, man.
That food fight, that right there, that one with the food in the middle, the white one, that was for Work More or Less for Jason. That dude, to the print art on that, it's so like nostalgic. It's super retro. I've never played that game, but my daughter saw that and she was like, "Oh, I want one." She's 4. She wanted me to make her one too. And I'm like, "What are you gonna? You're 4. What do you?" She just carry it. She just walks around the house with it.
Yeah, you know what? I 3D printed a dumpster, 1/12 scale, and my daughter, I think she was 4 at the time. She's like, "I want that." I said, why?
Yeah.
Why do you want it? I just want it. You want a dumpster for your Barbies? So now it's just sitting in her toy room with other toys inside the dumpster, and that's all it is. I'm like, can I get this back, please?
I was just looking at the comments. Diron Schaffer asked, how much is an average cabinet arcade? So for 2 players, why am I blanking out? For 2 players, it's 50, and then for 4 players, it's 55. And then obviously it's going to be plus shipping depending on where you're at. Midnight Maximum Tune 2 arcade. I gotta take a look at that. I don't think I'm familiar with that one. I try to make them reasonable, not too crazy.
It's still early on in the year. Did you have any? I'm not going to ask you for like a top 10 right now because it'd be crazy to come up with. What were give me like 2-3 figures from last year that stood out to you, or maybe even 1 or 2.
You know what really stood out, and I got it towards the end of the year, was the Storm Collectibles Axel Stone from Streets of Rage.
Okay.
That one is super, super dope. Like, if they were to do more, that's what I want, is more like I would say like casual figures. Because, man, this guy, and who really pushed me to buy him was freaking Mario. I saw him posting on his stories like his posing session and all this crap, and I was like, "Damn, come on, Mario, knock it off with your transitions and stuff." And it was just, I was like, "All right, I know I need to get him."
Transitions too. That's what sells it.
They're killer, like, man. So yeah, after seeing Mario post that about Axel, I was like, I gotta get him. And I ended up snagging him for a pretty good price.
Yeah, he says he wants to see some of your old Dio work.
Oh man. And
Oh,
you know, I posted some of my first Dio that I made, and I shout out High School Creations and Basco Toys because they did a stream where they were talking about like some of their earlier work and just revisiting that. And I was like, you know what? Let me take a look at my first Dio that I made. I think I ended up selling it too. Now I'm working on it right now, just little by little, going back. And now that I have a CNC, you know, throwing the foam onto the CNC and doing the brickwork. I used to hate brickwork. I don't
for
hate
sure.
it anymore because I just let the CNC do it. So I've been working on that on the side.
You got to work smarter, man. I ended up finding, um, it's like a roller with a brick pattern on it.
Yeah.
And I could just roll that by hand onto the foam. And
I,
I'm
I
all,
tried
all about avoiding
I
brickwork.
tried printing a roller, and I probably didn't print it with enough infill, or I'm just I don't know, and it didn't work. Like the impressions, and maybe the XPS that we have over here, it's the pink one, but it has a shiny film to it. That first
Right.
layer is really and it the impression the minute I would take like my Proxon cutter and remove that film, then the impressions would really stay on there.
Oh, okay. Do I have it?
I don't know if you had, but I kept running into that because I had a roller and it just wasn't working out for me, and I'm like, that doesn't
I know what
unless
you're talking about. I bought foam before that has that the coating on it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like when you're cooking some pork ribs, you got to take that
Yep.
film underneath the ribs before you start slow cooking it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it is. But I hate doing brickwork and line work. That was the number one goal of 3D printing was like making this shit more effective.
Yeah.
And more props out there.
Yeah, so I would say Axel is from Storm Clothes was probably one of my top. Just kind of looking up on my shelf. You know, the NECA King Kong was really good. I saw
Yes,
it on when
heard
you
that.
guys were the NECA King Kong. The legend that surprised me was that Silver Centurion really surprised me because when Wade did his review, I was like, oh, trash. I don't want it. That's Goku. The neck sucks. Like I was
Yeah,
just hating it. And then I watched his review and I was like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. Okay, that's kind of growing on me. I pulled out my Toy Biz Silver Centurion because I like that color scheme. You know how Iron Man has all these different armors. And I looked at it and I'm like, this Toy Biz one is fucking outdated. Like, let me go. Now it swung into my Walgreens and just luck. He was sitting there. So I ended up snagging him.
perfect. I miss Walgreens. I miss coming down and grabbing toys and food. Whenever I went to vacation with my family in the States, wherever like we wanted to go, I would search the surrounding area and see how
Yeah.
many Walgreens there were and plan my routes. So at night, like once my daughter would go to sleep and my parents
Yeah.
were there, they'd watch. I'm like, all right, I'm taking the car. We're gonna go do some hunting.
Yeah.
But that's
When
not
I
happening
would
for a while.
when on my drive to work, there's 4 Walgreens on my commute to
Damn,
work because I have to take the street. I don't have to take the freeway or anything. There's 4 Walgreens, so I would just leave like 30 minutes early and just pit stop at every. And they're like they make sense. They're always on my way. I don't have to like do a U-turn or anything. So it worked out. But lately I haven't been having to go to work, so it's no toy hunting for me. So High School Creation said you want to get the softer foam. That top layer doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't take impressions from rollers. Oh, my Home Depot only has that one XPS that has that shiny,
right.
funky layer on it.
But what I used to do when travel was still an option was I would ship some of my stuff to just across the border, and I would go pick up my stuff at this address there. I would stop by the Walmart, Target, like 2 GameStops.
Yeah,
There was a Mexican restaurant there, and I would because I don't think there's Mexican restaurants here, but I don't think they're real Mexican people behind it. Or
yeah,
a lot of the times it's like this hipster uh, kind of fusion Mexican food, which is cool, but like actual Mexican run Mexican restaurants. So that would be my run to the US side. But that's not gonna happen, unfortunately. Damn, do you have any more stuff to open?
I I do. Well, I still have the Black Cat, and I
Yay.
have J. Joan. Oh, look at that! Here, get me that Black Cat. Yeah.
How would I do it like this? All right, ready? I'm gonna send it over the camera like this. No,
Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. Oh, you took it back. You killed it. You took it back. Yeah. Open up. This is the. I think this is the only black cat that I have. I don't have the previous Marvel Legend.
This one looks a lot better. And then all the people who complain about the lack of cleavage, y'all are a bunch of weirdos, man.
That's what we all know Black Cat for. That's it.
That's
just
true.
the cleavage.
Anyone who was watching 90s animated series Spider-Man.
Yeah. And then I ended up Hasbro finally shipped my Regal colored Cobra Commander, which I was like, I'm done with Joe's. I'm not hunting for Firefly or any of the troopers or whatever. Just whatever I can get from Pulse, like as easy as possible. Oh, Mario said, nice try, guys.
I mean, everyone's talked about that Hasbro, the G.I. Joe stuff. Like it's done to death. So I'm just keeping a few. So when I actually have time to do a review, I have it as a size comparison, but I'm not really buying anymore. It's kind of crazy up here too.
Yeah, and the good thing with me getting out of the Joes, like I can start focusing. I want to get more into Storm, and like Mario said, I wish they do the rest of Streets of Rage crew. The rest of those guys would be really awesome too.
What was the guy's name? Axl Rose?
Axl Stone. Isn't it Axl Rose the singer from Guns N' Roses?
I think so. No, wait.
They should make an Axl Rose too. Like,
and he just looks like a regular civilian clothes.
Yeah.
And Storm is generally priced pretty well. It's just
it's Mezco price, right? $80.
Yeah.
He comes with a ton of accessories, 3 head sculpts. You can change his hair, and then he comes with these flame effects, and then all these weapons like a bottle, a freaking knife, a boomerang. Like it's crazy. The bat. He comes with 2 bottles. One's broken and one's like intact.
A boomerang.
Yeah.
Is he?
Well, in the game, like you can pick up this boomerang and just kind of toss it around. But these are the flame attacks or the flame. Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that.
The only thing I have from Storm is the 2-pack of skeletons, and they're amazing. They're on my top 10 from last year. But
okay. Yeah, I have Axl. I'm gonna start calling him Axl Rose now, thanks to you. So I have Axl Rose. I have Guile. And I have the newer Scorpion and Sub-Zero. And then I got Marcus and Cole from Gears. And then Ryu, Shao Kahn. I got Smoke. And then I got the older ninjas, the older Smoke and Sub-Zero with the bloody versions, the bloody variants. Which I've been debating on either selling or something because those bodies are so much smaller. I like the newer, meatier bodies, you know? And then
oh yeah, that's definitely on the same level as Mezco in terms of accessories.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, a lot of people are saying it's more 1/10 scale. It's a little bit taller.
Yeah, it is. It's an own. And then speaking of Axl Rose, I'm gonna make because in the old classic Streets of Rage game, there's an arcade that's in that game. I think it's called like Knuckle. What was it? Knockout or something like that. So I'm gonna make one specifically that will fit in him for his scale.
Nice. Oh, you're gonna size it up a little bit.
Yeah, size it up a little bit. Yep. Prime likes beefy bodies.
Oh boy. Here we go.
You know, it's good that I read that first because my other choice was going to be that Dark Knight Mafex or Mafex.
Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. Mafexu. Sonny, man. Next week I'm gonna.
That's all right. I'll be in the chat just sniping him. You know, ready. I'll be with my finger on the trigger.
We should set a goal of how many points he can reach next week.
I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm taking off. That's 10.5 points off.
It's completely crowd control.
Give him points based on how much jewelry he wears. So the more jewelry he wears to your show, to your stream, then the more. I want to see all 10 digits covered in rings.
All right, this is gonna be something else next week, man. She's cool.
Do you have
Yeah,
do you have Hush? Do you have the Batman Hush from
yeah.
uh, Mayfix?
Perfect.
Are you getting the new one with the gargoyle?
I think I'm good.
Yeah,
I think I'm good. I don't have enough space for that many giant flowy capes.
yeah.
It's not for everybody, but I have one and it's good. The blue one looks great. The black and white or the black and gray, sorry. Yeah, it looks good, but it comes with a gargoyle, which I don't really need because I do have this from the Spider-Man movie line
Yeah,
back in the day.
yeah,
Yeah, man, that was a. They need to do more of that stuff. Forget Build-A-Figures.
yeah, they do.
You had
Hey, ladies, it's High School Creations.
high school's got to go. He's got to go prep. He's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah,
on with Toy Migos in about
I'm gonna give him some
15
prep.
minutes.
I'm gonna be ready. Get ready, Mike.
The three S's, shit, shower, shave, and then he doesn't have to shave. He's got the beard going on
He's gonna trim it, or
and
maybe
get
fluff it,
show ready.
beard wax.
Oh, let's see. We can go. You want to go like until 11? Wait, what time? What's your time zone again?
Pacific. So right now with me, it's 7:48 or 7:45.
All right, so we can go until like 8-ish your time.
Sure. Yeah, I'm good.
What else? What else are you looking for this year to come out? Like, you said you're collecting more stuff that you like versus well, being more specific, but also would you say you're expanding your horizons in terms of, for example,
Yeah,
Axl Rose? You didn't think you would get it, but he looks cool.
I
You'll
am.
buy it for that reason.
Yeah, because like with the Sentinel Iron Man, I took a risk on it where this is my first one. I really like it. Looking for different lines. Like I missed out on the plunderlings. But that looks like a really fun fig.
Yeah,
I haven't watched Unparallel's review, but all the pictures I've been seeing, everyone having tons of fun with it. I'm like, okay, I just need to like there's one line that I've been tempted to pick up is Mythic Legions,
right.
but that's that I know what's gonna happen there. It's gonna be scary.
Oh, dude, they're quality toys, man. I bought a goblin, and I knew I was getting myself into trouble because of how much I liked it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
like, how cool is it? It's fantasy, but it's
yeah.
like quality toys.
Yep.
It's not based on like it's not
It's
like
not.
comic stuff.
Mhm.
And I really liked it, but I was like, I don't have space for this. I ended up selling the one goblin that I had, but dude, I fully I get
Yeah,
it why people like it, why there's a huge following, and a lot of people do customs and stuff online too, custom head sculpts, 3D printed ones for a lot of their figures. The Plunderlings is cool too. I just got my pile of loot from Big Bad. No, I like it was in stock at BBTS,
yeah.
and I was gonna ship it to that U.S. mailbox of mine, and you know how they have flat rate $4 shipping.
Oh yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
I was gonna do that, but then I put my Canadian address in. It was only $13 US. So I'm
Hmm.
like, yeah, I'll just do that. It
Yeah, that makes sense. Are
so
there any lines out there that you're kind of eyeballing of getting into or getting rid of a line? Because like for me, Joe's, I'm Xing Joe's. I'm like, I don't care.
getting rid of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, no.
No.
I'm trying to get rid of all of my Star Wars sequel trilogy Black Series because even before the Mandalorian, it wasn't really speaking to me. It was kind of crappy. But Plunderlings, I got two on the way, and I don't know if you follow their Instagram or not. They've been revealing like
Oh,
a
really?
whole bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
like different designs that they plan on putting out. So that's definitely something to look out for. And it's cool. Like that's something where you see it, it just looks like fun. It looks like fun, the
Right.
figure,
Yeah.
and it's like I just jumped on it. Like we'll just do
Yeah.
it,
Seeing all
right?
these pictures, I'm like, damn, I should have and that's why I'm like, all right, I need to just keep a better ear to or a better pulse on what's going on.
Yeah.
Because some of the figures that some of these Kickstarters are putting out, it's crazy.
So if you're not going to do Joe's, have you been following the Action Force stuff?
Mhm. And I've
That's
seen like all their stuff that they have, I think on BBTS, a lot of their weapon packs and stuff. One, they're the price is super reasonable. It's almost like I'm like, really? That's the price? That's like I need to pick up a lot of their stuff.
Yeah,
That
but
has me pumped. That has me pumped.
at that price point, I mean, why not just get in at the beginning on the ground floor, and then
Yep.
you're helping build up the brand, helping build up the sales for future stuff. That's another one of these I guess independent toy lines.
Yeah.
Adam, playing with myself.
Yep.
He's doing two. He's a part of two other lines. One of them is called Mortal Ruin.
Hmm.
Wait, is it Mortal Ruin or Cursed Dead? The one of them has like gas masks and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh,
got
okay.
like
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen those. Uh-huh.
yeah, that one I'm hoping to see more progress for this year, and hopefully he has more details coming out. But that's something I'm looking forward to. I'm looking into a lot of third party lines from Asia.
Okay.
Uh, Obviously, they don't care about licensing and stuff. They make whatever they
Yeah.
want. I
Yeah.
just ordered a Dassin Tom and Jerry. It came out
Oh,
a few
okay.
years ago,
Yeah.
but they have a whole bunch of accessories and swappable faces, and that's another thing where like it just looks like fun, and
Right.
something to play with and take a few pictures. Uh, Dassin, that's correct. I ordered a 3D printed and painted Jackie Chan head sculpt
Okay.
uh, from Police Story. So I'm trying to do a lot more 112 scale kit bashing, like
Mhm.
soft goods,
Yeah.
getting some of
Oh,
these blank bodies and head sculpts, and I'm
yeah.
hoping I can print more with the Frozen.
Yeah.
Once this is done, I'm gonna try and fix it and see. Did you ever use the sandpaper to sand your
Mm-mm.
build plate?
Nope. I never used the sandpaper for the build plate, but I bought this like lubrication that you can put on the vat, so the resin doesn't stick to the vat and it actually sticks to your plate.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
I'll send you a picture of that stuff because I was watching Uncle Jesse on here on
Right.
YouTube, just kind of giving tips on how to get your, because what happens for mine, a lot of it does stick to the vat instead of the build plate. So I've had to change the FEP film twice already on one of my resin printers.
Oh shoot.
It got like this weird bump on there.
Yeah.
It's weird. So, and on my first one, somehow I got a hole and resin was starting to leak on the screen.
Oh, that's the thing that
Oh,
I'm most worried about.
it took me a minute to get all the resin because I didn't notice it until I was doing a couple. And the thing was, it was still printing. I was printing a couple commander heads. I was printing some fire hydrants, and then I took out the vat. I'm like, what is this like clear film? And then it was resin that had cured. It took me probably like 45 minutes to get it all off using rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, and I think like it's never right away because it could be like the smallest of holes. It could be like you're stretching it from where the screws are, and it's just a slow leak, and
Yeah,
you don't
and
notice it
I
right
had
away.
like, the tiniest leak. I'll send it to you too, Mario. He said send me that link.
Definitely.
I'll send a bunch of links. Well, enable them to buy. You need to get this wood PLA. Have you met with any other different types of PLA or filaments?
I've done wood PLA. I've done PETG,
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
which prints at a higher temperature. You got to print it slower but it's more sturdy.
Yeah.
I got a few rolls because it was cheap and I tried it out. But for printing props, it's not necessary at all unless I'm looking to print functional parts. That's
Right.
really not necessary. I want to try like some of that flex stuff.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
So I think it's Ninja Flex or something. You can do like car tires. Maybe you can print some other stuff too. That's a lot of different ones I'm trying out, but I'm still trying to nail down this resin printer, man. It's kind of giving me a headache.
I had a good run, and then I ran into one little snag with that new mono because it takes different files, and Cheeto Box doesn't work. And now they just did an update on Cheeto Box, so it should work with all the new printers because the
Right.
file is different. And that's the frustrating part. One was one file. So yeah, I haven't messed with it in a good month or so.
Chama says, "What's a good place to purchase 1/12 clothing?" Uh, Figure fan Nate says GPS lot, which
Yeah.
is probably the most common and cost effective, I guess. I search on AliExpress too, and I just
Oh,
search
yeah.
1/12. They have a lot of stuff, and it's usually a little bit cheaper than eBay. It's probably the same seller, but they price it up on eBay due to
Right.
seller fees and whatnot.
Yeah.
Obviously, in Canada, my homie CJ does a whole bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
I get 1/12 capes for my Mando and Batman from Harker Customs.
hmm Yeah, I
Uh,
got a couple of Arc Customs capes.
awesome dude and great stuff too.
Yeah.
And
Have you have you snagged anything from Rebel Customs?
is is
She
that the
I think
one? It's a
she's
yeah,
yeah, she's working. She's doing some stuff for Bobby for his line, and I think Adam has gotten some of her stuff too. I know Robo's gotten like the trench coat for Raph and the hat.
right.
Uh, yeah,
Rebel Customs, is that what it
yeah,
is? I remember hearing the name before.
yeah. Rebel Customs.
Adam got
Let me
some.
just show you this Omni 3D printed because that's kind of like I'm on the same page as far as supporting other artists
Yeah.
and like really diving into. So this was from Plastic Goodies.
Okay, cool. What's in that?
I don't think I've opened this one.
Plastic goodies. Ooh. And what is that? What line is that made for? Like what style
It'll
of body?
fit like Mesco Ninjas. I mean, it's 112, so it'll fit on the Mesco Ninjas
Oh,
perfectly.
that's sick.
I just gotta obviously paint them. I got two of them. One's with the open grin. And I think the other one I got is a closed mouth. Yeah, but he's in Poland. Super reasonable. Shipping came crazy fast. Like, we're talking about shipping stuff, and it got here within a week. And I'm like, man, I'm from Poland.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, really good stuff.
How many of those Mezco Ninjas do you have?
I have.
You don't have to say it if your wife is watching or something.
Hold on. No, just like
You
no.
go to the store and order something for her.
I have 4 gold skulls, and then I have the gold dragon, and then I have the
Yeah,
crimson.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I love that gold skull one, man.
Oh, it's so you can throw any head on that, and it looks so sweet.
Yeah,
That's probably one of the Mezcos that I've messed with the most is the gold skull ninja.
I think I like it better than the golden dragon one, like the whole yellow suit.
Yeah,
It's nice and it's the whole convention in a box thing, which was amazing. But it's like, if you put the black one in there, I wouldn't have been upset. Black one with a gold skull in there and gave it everything, the whole deal. I would have been cool with that too. Probably preferred it.
and was it the crimson one that came with the black and gold head sculpt? It's like a black head with the gold eyes.
Yeah,
It's crazy how all these different head sculpts they go better with one another. Even like that separate headset or
yeah.
head sculpt that they released, the crimson head sculpt. Which shout out to Figure Fan Nate because he sent that to me as a Christmas gift. That head sculpt fits so good on the crimson ninja, and the roach head that came on the crimson ninja looks awesome on the golden Gomez.
Bro, I
So,
haven't even opened my Gomez of Death yet.
oh come on, Kev, you're letting me
I'm
down there.
sitting on money here. I have a
You know what's crazy? I think in September or August, I was on Infinity Equation. It was me, Dante, obviously Laser Pants, and they had Jay Hernandez on there. And Jay said, "You know what would be really good?" Because at that point he had zero Gomez. He's like, "I'm not into Gomez." He's like, "But if they make a Bruce Lee Game of Death outfit, I'm all in."
Oh, he
And
said that?
like, yeah, he said that in August. And for some crazy reason, I was watching it the other day, and I was like, "Wait!" And I commented it because like to try to tag him on it. I'm like, "Dude, you called it in August. If
Yeah.
Gomez or if Mesco makes Gomez with the Bruce Lee, he's like, I'm all in." And here we are. That's crazy.
Influencer.
Yeah, they heard him. They're watching him.
Yeah, and it's cool that they're releasing the heads that you can buy separately, for like even for Doc Nocturnal, that one with the cross on its head, the alternate one that they released.
Yeah.
That one's really cool too.
Oh, that's a good one. Putting Doctor Strange head on the Golden Dragon. You got a Ra's al Ghul.
Doctor Strange head on the golden.
Yeah, that Doctor Strange head is really. I didn't think about. That's awesome. I want to do that.
Yeah, Terrence is another collector here in Toronto, and he's a big Mezco dude too. We put in a group order for those crimson heads.
Yeah, that's a good one. I saw someone use the Moon Knight body, and they did like an all white Batman, and they even like got a 3A gas mask on one. It looked killer. I was like, damn, don't give Mesco ideas. Like, I don't need them to release like alternative colors.
Yeah, that's another thing I'm into this year. Finding 3A accessories,
Yeah.
clothes, and stuff from Damn Toys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I picked up 2 of their SAS figures at the end of the year.
It's so
So good.
expensive,
They're
man.
just they're just tiny. I mean, because they're true 1/12 scale.
Yeah, I think everything like over from like Asia when they do 1/12 scale is
Yeah, they're true 1/12. Their heads look a little weird because it looks almost too realistic, but yeah, their accessories, the clothes on them, so good.
they have one specifically which are police officers from Hong Kong,
Huh?
which is where I'm from. So those are the ones that I want. I think they're less popular than the SAS ones, so it's a little
Oh,
bit
that's
cheaper.
the one I got. They have like jeans.
Yeah,
Yep, that's the one I got. That's it. Should I put them next to the Spider-Man and then the Doc? What else? What else do you want, Kev?
all right, so everyone, that's the show for tonight. This
Let me
guy.
just, reach over here and no, I have them here.
I made an Instagram post where I was very tempted by Beast Kingdom to buy Beast Kingdom Spider-Man and Doc Nocturnal. This guy goes and he posts in his story and tags me of both figures, put them together, and look at what shirt he's wearing today.
It's the point. I'm trying to enable you to just go out there and get it. Fulfill your dream. Live your best life. It's about the quality of life.
What I've started doing again this year is tracking my expenditures on toys and also sales at the same time. And it's 2 weeks in, and I'm at about $500 of
Nice.
spending.
Oh.
And I've sold stuff. That's the bad part. I've sold stuff, so it's brought it down to. My fiance is not watching this, right? Yeah, she's got better stuff to do. But yeah, I'm not out like 5 right now. But that's only like $350 US, maybe 4, 3 something, 370. But it definitely helps keep things in check. I stopped doing it last year because I got out of hand, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to look at this.
Yeah. That's funny. I know. I was like, what shirt am I gonna wear? I'm like, you know what? I'll wear Kev's favorite shirt, Doc Nocturnal. He's a big Doc Noc fan.
I really do like it, but you know what? If I don't have it, I'm not gonna go pay crazy money for it. Maybe I'll trade something. I'm looking here at what I have, and I'm sure somebody wants. Like I have, no, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, he surprised me. I almost didn't get him, but I watched Rebel's review, and I was like, I'll snag him just because I don't want to live in regrets. I'm just gonna snag him, and man, it was a good buy for me.
Well, I think I've opened everything for this week, and we are at around.
Nice.
What'd you say? 8 o'clock, right?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm just gonna catch up on some of these. Maybe there's a few questions that we missed. Why don't you let everybody know where they can find you? What kind of stuff you want to talk about, what you have going on.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys can find me at Prime to the First on Instagram, Facebook. I have a Facebook page too. Yes, I am the enabler, and on Twitter too, Prime to the First. Right now, I'm revamping my site, so just be on the lookout for once we have the official launch. In the meantime, if you want to place an order, feel free to DM me. I can place you on my wait list. Right now, the current turnaround time is 2 to 3 weeks, and super flexible. Offer you payment plans, your layaway options, whatever. But yeah, Prime to the First on all social media.
Sweet. Well,
okay, man. Thanks for everybody showing some support. The comments kept me on my toes. I was called a sellout, an enabler. I love the name calling, so it's awesome.
Josh, man, thank you very much for coming on. I had a great chat with you. It was nice to talk to you in person.
For sure.
I'm sure everyone in the chat appreciates a little more background from you as well on the stuff that you make and what inspires you and the stuff that you collect too. So if you guys, in the description below is Prime to the First Instagram link as well as his website. Like he said, he's just revamping it right now, so there'll be just follow his Instagram and you'll see what's going on. Next week, January 21st, is going to be Sunny Plays with Toys, the Sunny channel, Sunny Reviews, all of those names will be here opening some toys with us. What did I say? That's the 21st, January. Yeah, 21st. That's the 21st. January 28th will be Mr. Cheney 180 himself from the Toy Migos. He will be back opening some toys. Always love that dude. Have a good time chatting. I am also on Instagram at Toying Around if you want to see some toy photography maybe once every quarter. uh, and some stupid memes and stuff, butter memes and all that stuff. Facebook.com/I'm Toying Around. All my links are here, down here below. Twitter, which I don't use. Everyone who's still watching, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Have a great night. And as always, keep toying around. Oh, I did the as always thing. Damn it.